So let's think about the scattering. I like this image. We have like these palm trees, some different type of trees with some color variation. Also like this one, these long coconut trees, very dense forest behind it. This one is a bit different, like you have less palm trees, more like a dense monochromatic vegetation without a lot of variation. Let's start by the palm trees. You know, this is more dry, some of them are more like a rocky with some vegetations, like for example this one look like much less species in this area. So yeah, let's start. What I'm going to do, because this is a tedious process, I'm going to start doing some and then I'm going to do a time lapse of me working on the other scattering. So I will do the first one to show how I normally work. So I will start getting back to my foreground terrain, this one, and from here, now that we have all these masks, I'm going to start placing some masks that for the scattering. So what I do, I bring this again into another geo node. So I bring down a geometry node. This one I call FG scatter. Actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a subnetwork. So I'm going to come in here and get a subnetwork. Okay, this is going to be FG scatter. So let's dive inside. So now we have this setup, and this is going to be the scatter. And let me bring down the first tree. Now let's create the points. So here is the points. I'm going to do this. I'm going to place an object merge. Okay, so this is the object merge. Now let's do something else. Okay, let's say this. Okay, that's the point. Let me bring this, just thinking out loud. Okay, so this is the terrain again. Okay, not the geometry, the terrain that we created. It's a volume. So now I can just start playing with the HF mask by feature. Okay, so let's get some areas. Of course we are not going to have no plants in here, like no palm trees under the water. So in this one, always check the height, and you don't need to compute the range because this is 0. We don't want anything under 0. And here, yeah, you can place as high as you want. But I think for my range, I want to have my scattered palm trees along this area. Yes, yeah, this is the height that I want the palm trees to happen. And then let me think about it. Yeah, now let's place it. I don't want to have like the slope mask. I don't want very vertical. Okay, totally flat, yes. Vertical, no. Yeah, this one. And I also don't want the very edge of the beach, so I'm going to increase this to maybe 2, 3. Oh yeah, I think it's because of this, you know, we have this defined edge here. Ah, I was changing the wrong thing. 0, yes. Here is that I want to I don't want this. Yes, it's okay. I just don't want in the middle of the sand beach. I want more in the edge of the sand beach. So 1.8. Yeah, nice. So we can have palm trees on those areas. Cool. So yeah, this there is that we can have palm trees scattered. So then I'm going to place scatter HF output scatter, okay, and the mask is in here. Okay, so this one we don't want to keep coming the terrain, we just want the scatter points. That doesn't matter, we don't want to match the normal with the terrain. We want to randomize up like 8 degrees and 360 degrees around. The size can be something like that, yes. The radius, that's something, maybe the palm trees we want like at least like 2 meters away from each other, yeah. And the coverage around 2. And fall off we can make like less. I think that's great. So we have like this, I will call this, I will place down a node called palm trees. Okay, so C black, okay. So we have this, that's the first one, okay. I'm going to do a second one also, that, you know, like we have all these points. Let me just reduce a bit, maybe the coverage to 0.05, so we have less palm trees. I think that's maybe too little. Maybe we can get like this and reduce this to 1.5, or do the opposite, make it 2 and this 0.1. Yeah, we can play with that number later. But what I want to show is that after that I'm going to place another one, and this one I'm going to call HF scatter palm trees. Okay, so now I'm going to get this one and this one. We don't actually need to have the mask in this one, no mask, yeah. So what we're going to do, this is a different one. We're going to do like this per point count using source point. So the source point is coming from here, so we can call this name, copy this name and place this in here. So now we're going to have points around these palm trees. So, and the parameters are going to be a bit different. You know, like the range is the range that the position should spawns on. So I think we want to have not 20 around, but maybe like 4 around the points. And here from 1 meter or 0.5 to 10 meters too much, to 5 meters or to 8 meters. The out radius 2, okay, can be 1. Uniform distribution, okay, everything is okay, everything is good, because this we just copied this one, so we still have like the same attributes. And you see now we have like, we can see this one and this one, we have like points around those one, and these I will call, I will place like null, and this one I will call the palm bushes 1. Okay, oh yeah. Bushes 1. Alright, okay, so I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to make it in the side. Maybe I will do this something like that. What I will do, I'm going to reduce this from 0 to 4 to 0 to 3, and this one, this one I'm going to have like a 2. Same thing, I just need to change the global seed to 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, just to have different seeds. And this one is going to be a different one. It's going to be bushes 2, 1, yeah. So now we have like 3 different scatters, and we're going to place 1 per each species of tree that we're going to bring into the scene. And again, there's many ways of doing that. I think this is the one that I like to work because it's fast to render and I have a lot of control over it. So let me go back in here, and if I go back to this one, I have all these points that we just have this object mode and the masks. So yeah, it's this one. And now I'm going to do this. I'm going to create the same setup that we had for the rocks, but we're going to do the instance. First I'm going to bring a proxy object in here. I think my proxy object is there. I want to get in here. So this proxy is the palm 1. So palm 1, okay, this one I'm going to bring. I have this library, it's for sale. I'm going to leave you the link if you want to purchase the library of trees. It's already like all proxy trees with textures and everything already set up, so it's really good. Tree sale, red, no, this one, palms. I want to have the default palm, and this is my RS. So we have the palm here, and I'm going to change it to this and to this. So we have like, this is my proxy palm, and it's there. I'm going to have the mesh, and now we do an instance node, and this instance node is the instance palm. Okay, so here in the instance is the object, so it's the palm itself, full point instancing. And inside here, instead of the add, we're going to bring an object merge, and this object merge we're going to have like the palm trees. Now we have palm trees all over of this. So I'm going to color this as the as different color. Yeah. So this is the same thing that we're going to keep doing over and over. So let me show you how does this looks. Oh, we don't need to see this. And this is a viewport optimization, and that's why we're seeing this bounding box, so we can preview it fast. And let me do for the both palm bushes, and then we have a render to see, and then I'm going to do a time lapse doing the other plants on this. Also, what I noticed is that we're having like palm in these areas, and I don't want. So that's what I mentioned, that it's kind of easy to come back and make adjustments. So everything has to do with this mask. If I play here, and hide everything else, we're going to see that we have this with some palms, and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place a mask. I think I'm going to do a HF mask draw mask. Yeah, I'm going to place this just after this. Okay, nice. And let me select this and select. Let me draw something around this. We don't want to have palms around this area. Okay, so we don't have in here. So now this one is the invert mask, and this one, the second one, we need to, instead of replace, we multiply, so then we don't have. So every mask now we can place under this one and set to multiply, so we make sure that we don't go into our rice fields. Okay, so then everything else is adjusted already, so I don't need to worry. This is our palm trees, they're all over there. This one, let me just select something like this, yeah, so we don't see it. The scatter, I don't need to see it, so we can come back to show the object. Nice. Let's do the other two. So I'm going to duplicate this one and call this one palm bush 1. Okay, this one, let's go here, palm bush 1. Then I can show you later which trees are which, and I have a lot of these trees, and I put down a nice library that's so easy to set up and so fast, save you a lot of time. It's for sale here in Gumroad, so you can do it yourself, and it's not a big deal to texture these trees, but it's just like save you time. So I recommend that you can buy my library pack, or you can build your own, but it's totally worth to have one. So here now we need to change this. So this one, palm bush, yeah, and inside we need to change this to this, and that's it. I think we already have our bushes going around the main one, and the only thing that I think it's maybe too small, so I'm going to do something else. I'm going to come in here and change this to 2.3 and 1.5, and the same thing in here. So 1.5, 2.3. The range, yeah, yes, I think it's good. So and then one more time we're going to do this. So this palm bush 2. Okay, so let's get this one now. Palm bush 2, palm bush 2, and let's bring this one in here. So yeah, okay. So okay, I will do a render, and then we see what we got so far, and then when we come back I'll start my time lapse.